Okay, Christina, we're about to make chicken with mushrooms and cream sauce. It's a lot of stuff over here, and we'll go through it all. I'll measure it out this time so you know how much to put in. So, ooh, caught it just in time. My camera is not wanting to stay put today. Wants to keep falling over. Let's see if that need to be taken down. Okay. We'll pull you closer to the pan when I start cooking. So for right now, we're gonna salt and pepper the chicken. Okay. Oh, you know what? I did forget to get one ingredient. To run over there and grab it just in a second. So once we get the chicken going. So I'm going to flip these over. My Bluetooth died, so I'm having to use my headphones for microphone. So I'll flip these over. And we'll wash them. So we add them on raw chicken. These are breasts. So it is white meat. Okay, adjusted. Okay. So put salt on this side. Pink Himalayan salt, of course, and fresh cracked pepper. So pretty good. We're going to turn our pan on. Get it to like medium high. Start heating up. So you're going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I haven't put my hair up so I don't get hair in our food. Look at me. Lunch lady. Okay. So the oil is, while the oil is heating, I would be chopping my onion, but I have already done that. I just sliced off about a ½ inch wedge of the onion and then just, of course, chopped it up. Onions are carbs, so we have to keep them low. We're going to use some garlic. It calls for 10 cloves, so I'm going to use this California ground minced garlic. And the no carb, 1 carb per teaspoon. So we'll probably just use a good 3 big spoons of it, and that way it lowers the carb count. Keeping it keto, keeping it keto. My new motto, keeping it keto. So I'll be back as soon as this pan's warmed up. Okay, our pan is warm. We're gonna get our chicken in here. Start on medium. Move you closer so you can see. Oops, microphone. Might help if you could hear me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put these in the pan and get them browning. I'll move you closer so you can see inside the pan. So we're gonna brown these up. Cook them most of the way through. I'll wash this out because we're gonna reuse this to put the chicken back in after we're done cooking it. So I'm gonna let these cook for about 5 to 6 minutes on one side. Flip them over. Do the same on the other side, and then I'll be back. Show you what we do next. Okay, so we're just gonna flip them over now. If they're stuck to the pan, that usually means it's not ready to flip. These are coming up pretty easy. Depends what kind of pan you're using too. This is one of those copper. Oh, keep forgetting. Darn it. Sorry about that. We're just flipping the chicken here, and about when it releases from the pan, you know it's done. This is one of those copper pans, so it's pretty non-stick, but we're going to let these brown for about 5 minutes on this side, 5-6 minutes, so we see that we can tell that there's no more pink in the middle. We want these pretty much all the way cooked through. We are going to put them back into the cooking, into the sauce to cook a little further, but just make sure. So while this is cooking, I'm going to get a pot on to boil and put on some broccoli. I'm going to put some broccoli in there to add a little more fiber, and also just some more substance. It's just something green. I don't know, gray, blah looking green sauce. So I'll go get the broccoli and we'll get started on that. Nothing to really do with it, but just steam it and then season it. So I'll get that going while the side of the chicken starts to brown. Okay, had a change in plans. Sid needed some help with his poker game. I'm just checking some of these thicker pieces, giving them a few more minutes. They get the broccoli out. I haven't gotten to the pan yet, but we're working on it. So this will come out of here in the next couple of minutes, and we'll get the broccoli started. Okay, well that was fun. I have put a post out on our neighbor's app, our Nextdoor app, to give away some of Zane's clothes that were too small for him. We're cleaning his little dresser out, and they just came and picked them up. That makes my heart happy. I hate throwing clothes in the garbage when they're still good. Like, swim trunks are in there he literally wore like one time. So I do get the broccoli in. We are going to add some salt over here. Helps draw some of the moisture out. We're gonna let that steam down, and we'll put it in an ice bath after it's done. Okay, so now we have the chicken out of the pan. This is where the magic happens. So we have about a tablespoon of butter. We're just gonna get a thing here. We're gonna get that melting. And all this stuff in the bottom of the pan is gonna be flavor for later. So we're just gonna let this melt. And we're going to start getting our garlic together. So, although the recipe calls for 10 cloves of garlic, we are not going that route. So, I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of garlic. And I'll put some garlic powder in towards the end. So, got to keep garlic moving or it'll burn. Let me move my hand over here. So just let this cook for a few seconds. And because garlic will burn on us pretty quickly. So we're going to put about half of this package. I don't know, we'll see. We might put the whole thing. Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, so we just put in, these are baby Bella mushrooms. And we're going to let these cook. They'll start getting soft. Sometimes if I see a really big one, I'll break them up a little. Turn that down a little bit too much. Okay. So I'm going to saute these until they start becoming tender, and then we'll add the onion, and we'll start adding our cream sauce components. We're just trying to get that garlic flavor really cooked into these mushrooms. So I'm going to let this okay, I let these cook with the garlic now. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. Once you start smelling it, you know you're in good shape. So I'm going to add that couple handfuls of those white onion. They'll break up while they're in there. I'm just going to put this, cook up this onion for a few. Let that get some delicious stuff going on. And I did use a little onion because I'm not trying to add too many carbs to this. So I'll put it in my carb counter for like how much with all the ingredients, and then I'll divide it into serving size, and I will tell you what your macros will be. but I made this before. It is super delicious. I absolutely loved it. Super great. Okay. We're going to let those onions start to get soft. Then we'll add in our cream cheese and our heavy cream. Things will start really looking like a sauce. Yummy. Okay. Now these onions are very nice and translucent, for majority of them are. So we are going to add in our heavy cream. We're going to add in our room temperature 5 tablespoons. That's a half a cup of heavy cream, 5 tablespoons of cream cheese, and 1/4 of a cup of chicken stock. And let me measure that out because I was using the same measuring cup. Excuse me. So sorry if I blew anybody's eardrums right now. Okay, so we've got 1/4 of a cup of chicken stock. Of course, cage-free, organic, best you can do, or the best that you can do. So I'm going to start watching this, turn it up just a tad so it can start melting down this cream cheese. Break it up a little bit. I'm going to simmer this all together. And we're going to add some salt. Good salt. Pink. Of course, pink. And some cracked pepper. Yes? I want 100. Pretty much on this stage, you want to be pretty much stirring consistently, like just continually. So, as this cream cheese melts, it's going to thicken up. So I'm just helping it a little bit. So you're going to want to pretty much be stirring consistently until everything in the sauce has, like blended together, like the cream cheese is all melted. The sauce is like bubbly and wonderful. It is not in the recipe, but I'm going to add about 1/8 of a cup of mozzarella and about 1/8 of a cup of freshly grated parmesan, just to get the fats up a little bit. Besides that, I love that flavor with broccoli. And our broccoli, speaking of the broccoli, is now ready to put in an ice bath. So I won't bore you with that process, but I'm going to continue to watch this. I'm pretty much going to be stirring it until I reduce it down to, once you see everything's like creamy and melted, turn it down to low. I think I'm pretty close. I think I'm close enough. Okay, I want to turn this down on low. There's a few pieces still here. It'll all come out in the end. So we're going to go ahead and add our chicken back in to the pan with all the mushroom and the yummy goodness. I'm going to let this simmer for a while, and I'll add the cheese towards the end and just let it simmer long enough for all that to become melted. So we're going to let this hang out here and simmer. Kind of blend, get all the sauces mingle up together. So we'll add our I'm going to go ice bath our broccoli. We'll add that in, and the last bit of the cheeses, and I'll plate some up for you and show you what we got. Basically, I'm gonna put mozzarella because I have it and I need to use it. And it's good with the sauce. It's got my block of parmesan cheese. Grate some corn in here. Not the most graceful grater in the world, but hey, it gets the job done. Kind of salty, so not too much. Okay. So here's our broccoli. Drain it as much as you can. The least amount of liquid in here as possible. And we're just going to stir this all together. And prepare the chicken. Get the sauce on the broccoli. It's so yummy. Broccoli. Try and just make sure everything's covered. Let this sit and simmer around for a little while. Let all the flavors marry together. Plate some up and there's some yummy garlic, mushroom, broccoli, Alfredo type dish, and it's delicious. Alrighty, so I'll show you a quick snapshot of the bowl when I portion some out, and let's be a wrap. Okay, we're almost done. Let's get a plate. Here is the best part. It's gonna be so yummy. Super, super yummy. So be creative to get this out of here. But just get it good. I wanna make a mess all over the place. Check that out. Oh. Back here up a little bit. Some of the sauce with the broccoli, some of the mushrooms. You can put more. You can have 2 chicken breasts, or I use chicken tenderloins. Is what I use to make this. This is our cheesy mushroom, broccoli, garlic, chicken cream sauce. It's a mouthful, but I'm going to go enjoy this plate of food. Oh, look at my plate. I hate for it to be messy. That is good. You try a bite. Hold on. I should have brought this over here with me to begin with. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. This is a dull butter knife, sorry. So I'm going to get me some mushroom, some broccoli, piece of chicken. That's really good. That is really good. It'll be great lunch at work tomorrow. Great dinner here at home. Oh, here we go, guys. Make you some. It's yummy, yummy, yummy.